with some breaking news. Just within the last hour, Iran revealing that its Natanz nuclear facility has been hit in an airstrike. That's the country's main uranium enrichment site, and Iranian officials say there is no radiation leakage. Right now, it's unclear whether it was the U.S. or Israel that carried out that mission.
Also overnight, Iran firing 2 ballistic missiles at strategic U.S.-UK military base on the island of Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. It marks the regime's first threat to U.S. interests beyond the Middle East.
Meanwhile, President Trump offering the nation a hopeful update on Operation Epic Fury. Lucas Tomlinson joining us live from Dubai to kick things off with the very latest details. And Lucas, Diego Garcia.
That's right. Good morning, Griff. Diego Garcia, a long way from the stated ranges of Iran's missiles. Remember, it's just a few years ago, the late Ayatollah said they don't have any missiles that go this far. So officials say it's very clear he was lying, as well as other Iranian officials. Diego Garcia, 4,000 kilometers away. For Charlie, let's put this in miles, about 2,500 miles. And previously, Iran said their missiles only go 2,000 kilometers, or about 1,300 miles. So clearly this demonstrates that 3 weeks into this war, Iran still has some ability to launch some ballistic missiles, and apparently some ballistic missiles that nobody knew they had, perhaps the CIA and Mossad as well. But President Trump says he thinks this war is starting to wind down after more than 15,000 missions between the United States and Israeli air forces, striking over 8,000 targets across Iran. And now we have the venerable A-10 Warthog, that 50-year-old warhorse, running strafing missions along the coastline against those small boats associated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. A-10 with that 30-millimeter cannon that shoots depleted uranium shells, probably the only uranium the Trump administration wants to see in Iran after those strikes you mentioned on Natanz and the nuclear sites. And recall during Midnight Hammer, those nuclear sites were hit. Officials say this was always going to be part of the latter stages of the war. Those nuclear sites don't shoot back, of course. Had to take out the air defense systems, had to take out ballistic missiles, which the Pentagon insists are down 90%, although I should mention that Iran able to launch about 60 drones at Saudi Arabia earlier today, and overnight back in the United States, Kuwait, and here in the Emirates, air defense systems were active. And this is Eid. This is the Muslim world celebrating the end of the holy month of Ramadan. It's supposed to be a happy time, but it's supposed to be a time of celebration. Iran clearly not pausing it, nor for their Nowruz New Year's, Persian New Year as well. Now, here are some of the nuclear facilities that are still left and need to be targeted. President Trump also taking a true social on his way to West Palm Beach, or to Palm Beach last night, leaving the White House. He thinks the war is coming down to a conclusion. He said he didn't want a ceasefire. He's calling Iran obliterated, and he's saying we're getting closer to achieving our objectives, completely degrading Iran's nuclear missile and launch capabilities, destroying Iran's defense industrial base. We heard that at the Pentagon from Secretary Hegseth, General Kane, limiting their Navy and Air Force. And there's also this issue with Carg Island. We have over 2,000 Marines from the Boxer Amphibious Ready Group now deploying from San Diego. Of course, it'll take about a month to get there. The Pacific, pardon the sirens back there. There's Carg Island. This is a strategic choke point for the Iranians. They ship 96% of their oil from this little island in the northern Persian Gulf outside of Basra and Kuwait. And if the Iranians are going to hold the Strait of Hormuz hostage, perhaps President Trump wants to return the favor, take something that the Iranians want, perhaps another real estate deal coming up. As you can see here, CENTCOM continuing to get into it, laying it down and destroying a lot of these Iranian surface-to-air missile sites and ballistic missiles. And I'm told that's all the time I have, guys.
Lucas, thank you for breaking that down into American for me in terms of the distance to Diego Garcia. But could you also kind of break?
Yeah, guys, this is very sincerely. Diego Garcia, I was in the military, is part of the Pacific Northwest. It's in the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean and towards the Indian Ocean. And it's 1,000 miles from Iran. And now Iran definitely had lied. They got long-range missiles now. They could reach over 2,500 miles, and that's not cool. That's not cool at all to be exact. So we really don't know what they got. We don't know their true capabilities at this point, and all the secret agencies seem not to know neither. So there's something really going on right now with Iran. And, hey, man, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get out as soon as we think we're going to get out. Because if they're able to reach Diego Garcia, And Diego Garcia ain't got nothing to do with it, but we have a lot of military operations over at Diego Garcia now. Again, yeah, it's going to be amazing to see what transpires from here. President Trump is saying everything is reaching his ideal threshold of positive net gain for the U.S. United States of America. That sounds good, but if this guy's the Iran nation is really turning up now and saying they can ship missiles over to Diego Garcia, which is 2,500 miles away, as I said, nautical miles. This is basically a startup. Maybe they was like chess move 1. You got the first few moves off, and you killed off a lot of stuff that we probably had you set up to make you feel good. I don't know if Iran was playing, they look like they played long-range game. You got to remember, the Middle East has been in a war for thousands of years. These are war nations in the Middle East, and so, they might plan for this. It might be a chess move. I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Do you think Iran has planned for these moves? Do you think strategically they left these things where the U.S. government Israel could attack? And they're just showing that they're now slowly showing their capabilities. Like, hey, we can get at you. We can launch to you without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. We're just letting you see that here's a test. Is this new anchor right? Here's a test that we want to inform you that we can touch you, and you don't really know what our capabilities truly are, as far as defense, military defense with missiles. So, what is your opinion? You think they can reach to the East Coast of the United States of America? Do you think they reach the West Coast of the United States of America? Do you think they got hidden missiles that really can operate that far? And if it is, that's amazing. Do you think they have nuclear warheads already developed? They previously said they had missiles that can launch up to 1,300 square nautical miles or miles. But now we've seen they have missiles that can reach Diego Garcia. They had to shoot down, I guess, that's 2,500 miles. So to shoot a missile down, I mean, it's got close. So they got over 2,000 some miles. So they lied to us. Iran has lied to NATO, to everybody else, and they was preparing themselves. So maybe they got more things than we took. Maybe we took them for granted, and their weaponry is more extensive than we thought. And if that's the case, would you say we'll be getting out of war soon, or would they try to let us get comfortable like they were and then attack us on? What is your opinion? Comment down below. This is interesting, guys.
Break it down for us. What is the difference in sort of escalation in terms of distance that rocket was able to hit? And what does that mean for other interests in outside of the direct Middle East area?
Well, here's the good news, Charlie. That missile didn't hit anything. According to the Wall Street Journal, one of them failed, splashed down in the Indian Ocean. The other one was knocked down by an SM-3 missile. Only the U.S. Navy fires those, so that's from a guided missile destroyer shooting it out of the sky. But the big concern here, maybe not concern, but it's just more proof that Iran has not been honest about its capabilities. For years, the Iranians insisted they didn't have any missiles that went that far. They said the max range of their missiles was half that. They called it, defense for the region. The fact that they are trying to launch a missile, 2,500 miles, that certainly puts a lot of European capitals in range. Of course, a lot of American bases in range as well. So the concern is, one, that they are able to launch something this large, and also that they have that capability. But the good news here is one splashed down, the other shot down, Charlie.
Yeah, but troubling because it certainly sends a message that they have capabilities twice what they have publicly stated. Lucas Thomason, live for us in Dubai. Lucas, thank you.
Thanks, Lucas.
Thanks, Lucas.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Hey guys, what do you think? Do you think we're at a different level now? Do you think that Iran will escalate after if Trump pulls out and when he pulls out, he's gonna pull out a lot of weaponry and a lot of other infrastructure. Do you think that's when Iran will escalate to the levels showing their offensive? Will Iran go on an offensive towards Israel and the U.S.? Will there be devastating consequences for the U.S. and Israel if, when we pull it out, when the president says he pulls out and they just attack? I don't know. I think it's a possibility. I think this is a warning, because that, man, it's crazy. If that missile reached all the way to Diego Garcia, would that institute an ideal that they had a capability, and also that the military had to, one of the Navy ships had to shoot it down? What else do they have in range? What else partnership? What else units do they have out there that's sleeper cells and stuff that can launch certain things out there? What do you think? Do you think this is just to let them know that we're still prevalent? Iran is still prevalent in this conflict, and they're not giving up, or what? What's your opinion? Leave a comment down below. This is getting interesting. Do you think the president should actually pull out? Do you think the president should cease or continue on moving forward with this war effort with Israel to obliterate much as they can, where you can see a known deficit? We've seen a lot of things obliterate, but they're still making moves like this with Diego Garcia. So they must have some powerful infrastructure that we haven't even tapped into yet. Although we're saying we were doing a lot of things, or do you think, like I said previously, do you think Iran allowed us to do that to feel like we're winning, and they are capable of doing what they just did with Diego Garcia? I don't know, but I won't be too, as American, I won't be too comfortable with that idea that Iran is not capable of doing a counterattack. What is your opinion? Leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear from you. This is amazing.